Welcome to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. It supports the podcast and it doesn't cost you anything. Well, folks, let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin. It's currently over 62,000, still consolidating. We've been talking about what is Bitcoin going to do next. There is the possibility of it moving up again. Some are saying it could test that new all-time high by the halving, or it could pull back 20 to 30%, and that would be healthy. That would be normal. So we have to be patient. Bitcoin is doing its thing, but the liquidity is flowing through to altcoins, and specifically meme coins are popping off. In fact, like Dogecoin moved into the number 9th spot on the market cap list, surpassing Avalanche or AVAX. So meme coins are popping off, and we see some retail are awakening to this. Now, as far as Bitcoin, it had its biggest monthly green candle ever in February, which is amazing, incredibly bullish. So we are going to have to wait to see where this goes. Well-known trader Peter Brandt shared the monthly chart as well. And he said, should note that the huge monthly bars are usually the starting or take off candles or the ending or blow off candles. My bet is that this is a starting candle. Note the bars in late 2020, Bitcoin October 2021 was the blow off candle, for example. So this is why you need to understand the market cycles. Where are we in the market cycles? And as I've been saying, we are in phase 2 of the bull market. Phase 1 was last year, and I believe phase 3 is coming next year. Now, as I've stated before, Bitcoin is ahead of schedule, so it's moving really fast. Things could really escalate, and Bitcoin could have its blow off top this year. That is a possible scenario. We'll just have to wait and see if it does play out that way, or it plays out the traditional way and goes into 2025. But nevertheless, as Peter is saying, this is just the start. We are nowhere near the end. Obviously, like I said, there could be a 20 to 30% pullback, build support, and then keep going. But we'll have to be patient on the monthly. It looks incredibly bullish. And as Peter said, just like as it did at the start of 2020. So exciting times ahead. Now, let's talk about these social media trends around different coins. What's trending? And this data was updated 11 minutes ago by Sentiment. And dog whiff hat. Oh my God, a ridiculous meme coin that is trending. XRP at number 2, Shiba Inu at number 3, Axeler, AXL at number 4. I've never heard of that. Fetch.ai. You guys know that's been my pick since December 2022. I actually took some profits off of this recently. Solana at number 6. We got Bitcoin at number 7. We got Floki, another meme coin, at number 8. Bonk, another meme coin, at 9. And then Kronos, CRO, which is the crypto.com coin. So that's your top 10 that's trending right now. Majority of these coins have a positive sentiment, although XRP right now, the negative sentiment is high, a little bit higher than the positive. So that's the snapshot. Now, we got some great news, folks. Remember, Elizabeth Warren and her cronies have been talking about Bitcoin mining and energy. Well, they've been influencing the folks in the White House to come out and have the Department of Energy go after miners and do some sort of ridiculous survey, but he did it in an unlawful way. And of course, we saw a lawsuit go out against the EIA, and the Texas Blockchain Council and a bunch of other folks participated. Well, here, the Chamber of Digital Commerce is reporting a monumental victory for cryptocurrency mining. The EIA's emergency survey is off the table. This is awesome news, guys. The Chamber said here, unity and legal prowess at its finest. We are honored to join the Texas Blockchain Council and Riot Platforms, they are a mining company, to form a powerful coalition against government overreach. This has proven that when the community stands together, we are unstoppable. Now, heads up, I will have my interview with the president of the Texas Blockchain Council published tomorrow. We talked this week about this situation and, the government overreach here. Here's what Perian Boring, who's the founder of the Chamber of Digital Commerce, had to say. Massive win for Bitcoin and America's energy sector. The government abused its power in a political attack. We held them accountable and won. It's critical we always hold our ground against government overreach. Thank you to the teams of advocates that helped achieve today's victory. Here's what Pierre Ricard of Riot had to say. The Biden administration is canceling the fake mining emergency declaration and destroying the data that it illegally collected. The government that is going to restart the process the legal way with public notice and comment. Also, the government is paying attorneys' fees for Bitcoin miners. I love it. And remember, Elizabeth Warren is behind this, folks. Her and her cronies. This is the problem. And I hope Biden wakes up. And I know there's going to be a lot of memes and jokes about that statement, Biden waking up, right? But we know it's not Biden. It's the people there in the White House, right? The administration folks. And Elizabeth Warren has been the one leading the charge against crypto, which is pathetic. But her and her gimp, Gary Gensler, are going to lose. We saw yesterday the House Financial Services voted to repeal the SAB 121 rule, which is an unlawful rule by the SEC and the scumbag regulator, Gary Gensler. And that's going to go to voting on the House floor. So we are getting these wins in courts and putting up the lawsuits and pushing back on this nonsense. And I'm glad members of Congress and even some in the Senate are picking up on this nonsense. Now, we know John Deaton is going after Elizabeth Warren. She's very scared. We've been covering the news. She's sending out a ton of emails begging for support, asking her Democratic colleagues to come help her against a guy who has no political background, right? He doesn't even have the notoriety or the branding as Elizabeth Warren, and that's because he's attorney John Deaton. He's been helping, the crypto industry, helping a lot of people fight against the government, but he's just an attorney from Rhode Island that moved to Massachusetts. But he's a fighter and he's a winner. And I believe he is going to get a lot of support from the crypto industry. And I believe he has a strong chance of taking down Elizabeth Warren. And here he has a new supporter, Charles Hoskinson, who's the founder of Cardano, tweeted out a photo of him and John Deaton together saying, "I'm supporting Deaton for Senate against Senator Warren. We need people who value and support our industry representing us." So love to see the support coming in from all angles for John. And this is what I've been saying. Elizabeth Warren really messed up by taking the ridiculous stance that she did, where she said, I'm putting together an anti-crypto army. Like, why do you want to be anti-crypto? You can just say, hey, we need to just put the proper regulations in place, right? As we do with any technology. But we know she's working for the banking incumbents. That's the whole thing. They're lining her pockets. And she's coming out trying to kill crypto startups so that her Wall Street buddies can come in and take over. Now, quick word from our sponsor, folks, and that is VeChain. VeChain is one of the top enterprise-grade blockchains out there. It's a layer 1 blockchain. Folks, they're doing some great things in Web3 and doing a lot of great things with sustainability. They're fast and energy efficient. Some of the top brands they're working with include BMW, Walmart China, Givenchy, PwC, and even the Boston Consulting Group. So VeChain's been getting a ton of adoption. I've been holding the VET token, which is a native token on the VeChain blockchain for years, since 2018. I'm very bullish on this project. And they are working with, once again, some of the top companies in the world. Primarily, they're trying to improve tracking and traceability, as well as supply chain management, IoT, tokenization, and much more. So if you'd like to learn more about VeChain, please visit vechain.org. Link will be in the description. Now, the battle against Gary Gensler and the SEC overreach continues. We know Kraken is being sued by the SEC, but Kraken recently launched their own lawsuit against the SEC, which I love. But look at this. 8 state attorney generals in U.S. challenge SEC's authority in Kraken lawsuit with joint amicus brief. 8 states, folks. Wow, this is incredible. A group of 8 U.S. state attorneys general filed a joint amicus brief on Thursday, arguing that the SEC's enforcement action against the cryptocurrency exchange Kraken exceeded its delegated powers. Now, often I've highlighted that Gary Gensler is a scumbag regulator. Let me give you a great example. They went after Kraken about a year and a half ago over their staking service. They made Kraken pay a fine. And Kraken was like, you know what? We'll pay the fine. We'll get them off our back and continue doing our business. The SEC then returned like a year later and filed a lawsuit against them, threw a whole bunch of altcoins in there, and without litigating each of those altcoins, giving them due process, right? So that's a scumbag move, and saying that the Kraken is listing securities. So this is why we got to take the gloves off. We are fighting a bully here. We're fighting a scumbag, people who don't abide by the law. And don't take my word for it. The judges have been saying that the SEC acted arbitrary and capricious. The SEC lacks faithful allegiance. Those are exact quotes from those judges in the courts, folks. So we got to fight here. We are dealing with a lot of corruption. Once again, Gensler is the GIMP reporting to Elizabeth Warren. Now, here's something funny, and it reads like the Nigerian prince email scam. The Nigerian government demands $10 billion from Binance, citing the exchange profited from its illegal transactions. $10 billion. Everybody's coming for their pound of flesh here. The US government, of course, fined Binance 4.3 billion, and the Nigerian government for 10 billion. I don't think they're going to get that, obviously. But look, Binance, as we talked about when they got sued, they were operating without certain licenses. But this goes back to the wild, wild west of the crypto days. And the governments want KYC AML. And look, the bigger theme is they want the regulated, and I say that in quotation marks, institutions like TradFi, like BlackRock and Fidelity and so forth to come in and take over the market. So they're going to try to, bury these crypto startups and take them down. And Binance, was a king of the hill in the crypto industry, making billions. So you could imagine the TradFi incumbents are not going to sit back and watch that. The government, they want their cut, right? It's how business is done. So interesting that the Nigerian government is trying to get this amount of money. Now, Coinbase introduces embedded smart wallets for developers. The crypto exchange is expanding its wallet as a service offerings, addressing developers' pain points when building Web3 applications. So the new wallet solutions are focused on integration and balance transfer across the Ethereum virtual machine applications, targeting developers onboarding to its layer 2 blockchain base. Among the new solutions is a smart wallet that allows users to take their balances with them in different EVM-compatible applications integrated with the Coinbase Wallet SDK. The second feature is an embedded wallet that enables developers to incorporate non-custodial white-labeled wallets into their applications. According to Coinbase, both features are designed to minimize developers' pain points regarding user experience when building Web3 products. Here's a quote: "We've learned a lot from our customers in the past year, and we've been working a lot to improve the product experience of all the services. And where we arrived is at the embedded wallet. So it's been really a continuous effort for the past year." Yuga Kohler, senior engineering manager at Coinbase Embedded Wallets, told Cointelegraph. So folks, a couple things here. The continued building and expansion by many crypto companies is happening. Expansion globally, building out new services, features, products, and so forth. So great move by Coinbase here. And then, this is tied to their base blockchain that's internal to them, which, people can build on. It doesn't have a native token. It is an Ethereum-based layer 2 solution. So I think it's a smart move that what they're doing with Base. It's actually generating a good amount of revenue for them. And it's only going to increase the company value and stock value and so forth. So smart move. One could argue, look, you're building into some sort of centralized system. But look, I believe the future of crypto will be a mix of CeFi and DeFi. Unfortunately, I don't think we're ready to go full DeFi yet. And certain companies are not going to be as trusting and be as confident in DeFi initially. Look, because there's a lot of exploits and things happening. So I think initially it's going to be this hybrid of CeFi, DeFi, but eventually, maybe 10 years from now, we can see, with the 100th iteration of DeFi, that people are going to be able to trust it, and we will lean more towards DeFi. So I think that's what the future looks like. All right, folks, final note here. Be sure to check out our other sponsor, which is Uphold, a top crypto platform where you can buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the top altcoins. They have 260 plus cryptocurrencies. You can also trade precious metals like gold, silver, palladium, platinum. They're available in over 150 countries. If you'd like to learn more about them, check out the link in the description. And don't forget to support the podcast by following us on all social media platforms, links in the description. Also, sign up for our free email newsletter and Substack, 100% free, doesn't cost you anything. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you all later.